Hello guys, welcome back to Craig Talks About It. Today I have a video that I would like to talk about, as you've probably seen in the title of this video, about Elon Musk. He recently did an interview at codecon, I think it was, codecon, and I found it to be a very interesting interview, and one part in particular about him talking about his tweeting and the why he tweets the things that he tweets. So before we get any further, let's just watch the first little clip and then we'll talk about it some more.
Let me ask you a question. Twitter. Let's finish with Twitter and then let's get to questions from the audience. What's going on with you and Twitter? I am a Twitter addict. I say the wrong things all the time. Someone explained it to me. It's very close to you, saying it's your release valve. This is where you feel better.
Yeah, I think I said some people.
It's your happy place.
Some people use their hair to express themselves. I use Twitter.
Do you regret any of it or not? You are kind of prominent.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Walk us through when you decide to do a tweet. You go, no.
Well,
yes.
I think about it for hours.
Do you?
And I consult with my strategy team.
You just literally go, yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe I'm wasted and then I've gone.
Right there. That's the part that caught my attention. Was that he was like, well, maybe I'm wasted, and I just sent it out. I think it gives me a little bit more appreciation. There's a lot of controversy about people that like Elon Musk, people that don't like Elon Musk. I'm on the side of I like Elon Musk for a lot of different reasons. One of them being that everybody called him this billionaire with a bunch of stuff and wasn't doing anything, just holding all this money, and so he sold all of his houses. He used to own Gene Wilder's house. He sold it. He sold all of his stuff, and he bought a $50,000 tiny home, little that I think it's right next to his factory in Texas. But it just it's like he got so tired of everybody calling him this billionaire with all this money and not doing anything and with all this stuff, so he just got rid of it. And another reason that people don't like him is that they say he doesn't pay his taxes, which and if you watch this full video, which you should, he talks about his taxes and how a bunch of people were saying he didn't pay any taxes last year, which was for some of the the credits for his factories and his business and stuff. But he also talks about how he overpaid taxes the year before to be able to apply into the next year. And he also goes on to talk about how his stock options are about to end for Tesla or whatever stocks he has. And so he's going to be paying 53% of the money because he's forced to sell those stocks, otherwise they expire. And so he has to pay out, which is going to be, probably billions. 53% of that is going to go back into, is going to be taxed to the government. So billions of dollars will go to the government when his stock options, and I think he said that's in the next 3 months, those stock options are going to be done, and he'll have to, pay all that money or get in trouble. What are some other things that people don't like him about? Maybe his political views. He's more conservative. He's not huge on the vaccine, stuff like that. I don't know. This interview is really, really, really good to get an understanding, a better understanding of him. It's the best interview I've seen with him in a long time. And understanding that, with his company SpaceX, he really is doing it for the people, not for making billions of dollars. He literally wants to inspire people to become a multiplanetary species and not just be stuck on Earth forever. And I kind of agree. I think at some point, like we need to go out there and expand into the cosmos to have a better understanding of maybe even the meaning of life, the how life started. You know, all these different. I feel the farther we go out into space, the closer we can understand those things. Because I feel like we've kind of gotten to like a stalemate in where we're at now on those things, and there's only so much we can learn on the Earth. You know, we're constantly learning new things, but I feel like that could be exponential the farther out we go into our cosmos to get better understandings. He also talks about wanting to put up a new satellite, like the Hubble space satellite that takes pictures. That's 10 times the resolution and better, and can go farther, which is pretty exciting. I think he said he wanted to pay for that himself, like just to get it out there, which is pretty incredible. Like that. Yes. On the other side, people think that money should be going towards other things, and maybe it should, maybe it shouldn't. I don't know. It's not my place to choose, but I think his intentions aren't negative. I think his intentions are good for the future of the human species. But anyways, let's see. I forget if there's anything else on here I wanted to look at.
Let me shoot myself in the foot. Bam. Now let me shoot myself in the foot. Bam.
Yeah.
That describes some of my tweets.
Yeah. Are you worried about any SEC involvement in your tweets going forward?
What does that stand for again? I mean, I know the middle word is Elon's, but I can't remember the other two words.
You need to answer. You need to answer me. Are you worried they're going to say, Elon, stop fucking tweeting?
You talking about the Short Seller Enrichment Commission?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short seller enrichment.
That's the new name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can I ask you about the particular recent tweet you did about, you did one great tweet about time, saying time is the currency, which I thought was beautiful.
Time is the ultimate currency, yes. No matter what resources you have, you can't wind back the clock.
It's true.
Yeah.
No matter how rich you are.
Yeah.
But then you did the Biden tweet. Can you explain that one?
Oh, when, well, yeah, I mean, so, like Biden held this EV summit. Didn't invite Tesla. Invited GM, Ford, Chrysler, and UAW. An EV summit on the White House. Didn't mention Tesla once, and praised GM and Ford for leading the EV revolution.
All right, see, now I find this very interesting. I didn't know about this when I was listening to this interview. I was like, wait a second. There was an EV summit at the White House, and Tesla, one of the companies that is leading the EV world, I mean, making, thousands of cars a year, was not invited. Seems a little weird that that's even a thing. Like, I don't want to get into politics, but that's just a thing that it kind of makes you go, It shows to me that maybe the administration doesn't particularly care for Elon Musk. And for that, it's almost like a way of them insulting. I don't know, is insulting bullying? I don't know. That's a weird one. I don't want to get too far into that because I don't want to get into politics.
So you were pissed.
Does this sound maybe a little biased or something? And just not the friendliest administration. Well, seems to be controlled by the unions, as far as I can tell.
So, you waiting to get Trump back?
No.
Who would you like to be president besides yourself?
I would not want to be president at all. Sounds like no fun being president.
What do you think is going to bring our country together, if at all? Moving to Mars, what?
Well, I think if there was some moderate, you know, sort of sort of centrist president, then I think that would help. You know, that I think everyone just wants. I think most people want a president who is just a very competent, you know, executive. You know, not too far left, not too far right, and everyone would be like, most people would prefer that. You know, when it comes down to the election, you've got two choices. You're like, you know, maybe you don't love either choice, but you got to pick one.
Yeah. So and another reason that I'm on team Elon of not hating him is his view on, you know, that view in particular, because I kind of feel the same way that a lot of people are more in the middle. You know, they're for humanity. They're all about, you know, just being good people. But then come election time, they're forced into choosing to either vote for one side or the other. And if they were to cast their vote into the middle, it just gets pushed off to the side because, you know, the middle never wins. So I wish it was easier to have more options in that area, but I mean, like I said, I don't want to get too far into politics. I just I agree with his stance on it, that I think a majority of the United States is more in the middle, and not the perception that there's so many people on this far left and far right. I think that those sides are much smaller groups of people that just get a lot of attention. I agree with him on the sense that the media makes it seem like there's so many people on this far right, this far left, and since they're getting so much coverage, it seems like that's like how the world is completely. And I feel like there's a lot more people in the middle that are working towards the good for humanity, rather than the far extremes. It's easier to get ratings if you have these extremes on TV all the time. Nobody wants to see the boring middle of like just simple, easy, you know, solutions to problems, and you know, just bigotry sells.
Do you think it'll happen?
Do I think there will be what?
Centrist.
I hope so. I hope so. Oh, that'd be
What
nice.
about democracy?
I'm not super worried about democracy. Are you worried about democracy?
Oh, a smidge.
What concerns you?
A lot of the dialogue is getting a little... I study propaganda.
Well, yeah.
It's worrisome. The fact that it can't happen here, it certainly can. I'm a Philip Roth kind of person. So.
Yeah.
But we're both having a lot of children, so we must believe in the future.
Yes, children.
We have 10 children between us, correct?
I believe yes.
You're slightly ahead, but you've got a rocket. Anyway.
I do think there is, you know, I think a lot of people think that there's too many people on the planet, but I think there's, in fact, too few, and that the possibly the single greatest risk to human civilization is the rapidly diminishing growth rate. And the facts are out there for anyone to look at. But a lot of people are still stuck with, you know, Paul Ehrlich's book, Population Bomb. And it's like, that was a long time ago. That is not the case today. And there was a massive notch in demographics last year because the growth rate plummeted, and also this year.
So yeah, and on that topic, I also agree that I don't think that the problem is population. I believe the problem is the population coming together to make sure that we're doing the things that we need to do as a human species to, you know, continue being a human species. I'm pretty sure that if you were to take all the people in the world and put them into a ball, you could fit that in New York. Like the impact of humans is there. It's all around. We can see it. We know what's happening, whether it's with economics, politics, climate, all these different things. Which climate is whole nother issue. But we need to have, especially now being a parent, I feel I'm on their team when it's like we need to have more, maybe not more people, but we need to continue making new generations of people to be able to keep the human species going. Otherwise, I think the human species would just die off. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong on a lot of things, and I'm willing to admit that when that time comes. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this. I really recommend, I'll leave the link in the description below to go watch this whole video, because it's a very good interview. I'm sure a lot of people out there are still going to hate Elon no matter what. I'm Team Elon. I want to go to Mars. I want to go to the moon. I want to, I wish I knew more so I could go work at SpaceX and help get us there. But I'm the grocery food worker that's just going to make sure that they have food, that those engineers and people have food to go eat, just to keep them energized and ready to work. And I'm okay with that. My contribution to society being that I'm making sure that people have food. As long as our supply chains don't keep getting cut off, the whole port, bunch of things are stuck at the port. A lot of labor shortages. I see it all the time at work. But anyways, go watch this video. Make a decision for yourself. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. Don't be a bigot, and don't be a victim to bigotry. Don't be intolerant to other people's opinions.